What if the key to managing stress and leveling up your life was less about doing more or working harder, but really more about gaining a better understanding of yourself and others? So, a lot of you are doing too much and you are carrying too much. I'm going to say that again. A lot of you, many of you who are watching me right now, you are doing too much. So you need to get more focused and you're too stressed. And some of you are stressed because you're doing too much. You're stressed because you're trying to be all things to all people. You're stressed because you are addicted to being a people pleaser. You're stressed because you're focused on too much, but you're not focused on the right things. So some of you need to streamline where you are investing your time and who you are giving your attention to. So I want you to first understand the importance of leveraging EQ. What is EQ? It is emotional intelligence. And when you are an emotionally intelligent people, it is more likely that you will achieve your goals. If you are an emotionally intelligent person, it is very likely that you are going to be successful at just about everything you do. And why can I say that with so much confidence? I can say that with confidence because EQ gives you the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your emotions, but not only yours. It helps you to understand and really connect with other people, right? To really develop empathy, to really understand how to read the room, how to read your environment. It helps you to be less focused on yourself, right? Especially in relationships, because a lot of times that's what kills relationships too. It's always me, 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 me. And you're not taking enough time to listen and understand the other person's point of view. And so sometimes the both of you agree. You're just saying it in different ways, and you're not giving the other person an opportunity to explain to you their point of view, right? And so when you have a strong EQ, your relationships are better. Your money can be better. You have less stress. You're more resilient. You're able to bounce back. You are more self-aware. You're more socially aware, right? You're able to manage yourself. Self-management is a key component of EQ, right? And so one of the things that has really helped me in my relationships is being self-aware. It is being able to check in with myself and say, Jessica, how are you feeling? I'm so aware of myself now that like I know when I'm angry. I know when I'm offended. I know when I'm sad. I know when I'm doing too much. I know when I'm not doing enough. Like I have become so aware that like when I'm not doing the right thing or when I'm not responding the right way, I call myself out. Like I can't say that enough. It is so important for you to get to the place where you are self-aware and you don't need your supervisor, your spouse, your children. Like you don't need anyone to call you out because you are aware. And so there was a time when I was in such survival mode, like I wasn't thriving. I was just on surviving and I was just doing the mundane. It was just a day by day thing. Like I wasn't even paying attention to how I was feeling. I wasn't paying attention to my energy levels. I wasn't checking myself. I wasn't checking in with myself. I wasn't even aware of why I was feeling like I was feeling because it was just like, I got to get this stuff done and I got to just set aside how I'm feeling. And that's the worst thing you can do because your feelings impact your performance. You should never ignore your feelings. That's an indication that something is going on. Now, you can do this. You can ask yourself, what can I do to feel better? You can ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? But just ignoring it and thinking that it's going to go away, like that's not going to happen. I literally had a conversation with my mom this morning about rejection and disappointment. Like I can have those conversations now because I'm aware. I'm aware of how I feel when I'm rejected, but I don't allow that rejection, I don't allow that disappointment to stop me. It doesn't impact me in the same way that it did before. Like before, I would just like, I'm done for the day. Like that hurt, that rejection hurt. I'm done. I'll try this again tomorrow. Now, I'm so self-aware. Now I'm really leaning into EQ. Now I'm really leaning into my habits. I'm leaning into the disciplines. I'm leaning into my desires. And I'm focused on ensuring that my feelings are not getting in the way of my results. Oh God, I just dropped the bar right then. Are you ensuring that your feelings are not getting in the way of your results? And so if they are, you must learn how to self-regulate. You must learn how to pull yourself up when you're feeling down. You must learn how to not only do the things you feel like doing. You must learn to step out of your comfort zone. You got to figure out how to, like, I got to go after this thing. I'm nervous about it. Maybe you don't like being on video. Maybe you don't like marketing. Maybe you don't like sales. Maybe you don't like speaking in front of other people. Whatever that is, if it is a hindrance, you must address it. If your emotions are a hindrance, you must address those emotions. If you have angry outbursts and you go off on people, like that's not something for you to just like, oh, I'll work on that. No, it's a must. If you want to excel into a place that you've never been to before, if you're desiring promotion, like if you're desiring relationships that are fulfilling and rewarding, you've got to become a better person. You've got to become a better version of you. Like it's a constant work in progress. And so I've had to pause before reacting. That's a part of emotional intelligence. I'm self-regulating. I'm asking myself questions. You get an email at work and you're like, huh, what did they just, and then you just fire back. Like take a pause. It's killing your ability to get the promotion that you want because you're not responding the right way. You got to be professional. You gotta name that emotion, and then you got to regain control of you. You can't allow people to just cause you to snap and pop off and curse them out. Like in this season, you got to say, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not that same person. And then you've got to learn how to process your emotions before responding. Stop just saying stuff before thinking through what you're saying. Think about the person on the receiving end. I don't care. No, but you want to make money, but you want to build a business, but you want to be a leader. Well, you got to take a step back. You got to process some stuff. You got to regulate yourself. And you can't wait on somebody else to tell you what to do. You've got to know. You got to be clear on your goals, and you got to be clear on what changes must be made in order for you to achieve your goals. And then last but not least, you got to build resilience in yourself. You got to have that bounce back. You can't just decide that it's game over because you didn't get the results you want. You've got to remind yourself of all of the wins you've experienced. You've got to remind yourself of all the growth you've experienced. I was having this conversation too with my daughter, and I was telling her, like, yeah, 10 years ago, I'm a totally different person. I'm not even the same person I was 10 years ago. I have a PhD. I got 2 books. I got like this. I didn't have that. And so if you are the same person you were 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, I need you to develop a growth plan for yourself. I need you to build that resilience to where you are not stopping and starting, and you're not getting so frustrated that you're throwing in the towel too soon. I want you to constantly remind yourself of what you are grateful for on a daily basis. One of the things that I have developed is a gratitude journal in my phone. It's digital. So every day you can write down 3 things that you're grateful for in your journal. And when you start to feel overwhelmed, when you start to feel like you're not where you desire to be, when you start to feel a little sad or I'm not doing it, like go and look at everything you're grateful for. Look at all of your previous wins. Look at how many times you have overcome. How many times you've overcome disappointment. How many times you've overcome rejection. How many times you've overcome heartache and pain. And so this is what I need you to do. I need you to really think about how you respond to stress. What is your adversity quotient? Do you fold? Do you give up? Do you take a step back? Do you pause? Do you plan? Do you go for it again? So I want you to share with me in the comments, like when you get overwhelmed, when you get news that you weren't expecting to get, like, what is your response like? Do you have a strategy? Do you have a coach? Do you coach yourself, right? I want you to really think about that. But if you got a strategy that you use that works for you, share it. It may just help someone else. Until next time.